Jake Paul has once again found himself at the center of controversy, but this time, it couldn't have come at a worse moment. With the biggest fight of his career just around the corner, Jake was set to step into the ring with none other than the legendary Mike Tyson on November 15. This was supposed to be his defining moment, a chance to prove he belongs among boxing's elite. However, instead of making headlines for his training or fight preparations, he has made waves for all the wrong reasons. Social media has exploded with footage of Jake being arrested, sending shockwaves throughout the fight community. Fans, pundits, and fellow boxers are all weighing in, and let's just say, the response has not been kind. Criticism has been pouring in from all directions, with many in the boxing world questioning whether this could be the final straw for the YouTuber-turned-boxer. The arrest has thrown everything into chaos, jeopardizing what was set to be one of the biggest fights of the year. Reports indicate that Jake was arrested last week in Calabasas, and this was no minor scuffle at an event or a nightclub altercation. This time, it was serious. A full team of police officers arrived at his mansion in the early morning hours, armed with a warrant. Within moments, he was led out in handcuffs, and it didn't take long for the footage to flood social media. The internet was quick to react, with hashtags trending and fight fans speculating about what exactly led to his arrest. Allegedly, Jake is facing serious legal trouble. Sources suggest he has been accused of illegal possession of firearms and tampering with evidence related to a previous investigation. Instead of focusing on his upcoming showdown with one of boxing's greatest icons, he's entangled in legal drama that could derail everything. The timing of this incident couldn't be worse, and many are wondering whether this could lead to the cancellation of the highly anticipated fight. This latest controversy only adds to the already chaotic narrative surrounding Jake's career in boxing. He has built his reputation on pushing boundaries, stirring up drama, and taking shots at the biggest names in the sport. Whether through wild trash talk or controversial callouts, Jake has never been afraid to make noise. But now, it seems like he may have taken things a step too far. The fight world is no stranger to controversy, but this situation is unprecedented. The upcoming fight against Mike Tyson was supposed to be a defining moment in Jake's boxing journey. Scheduled for November 15, it was marketed as a showdown between generations, an opportunity for Jake to cement his place in the sport by facing one of the most feared fighters in history. However, with these legal troubles looming over him, many are questioning if the fight will even happen. If it does, Jake's focus will be under serious scrutiny. Can he still train at the highest level while dealing with legal proceedings? Will he even be allowed to fight? Given the severity of the allegations, these are the burning questions on everyone's minds. Adding to the controversy, Jake has already faced accusations of bending the rules in his career. There have been persistent rumors of steroid use, and this arrest has only fueled speculation about whether he has been cutting corners to maintain his physique and performance. While many athletes in various sports have turned to performance-enhancing substances, boxing purists argue that deception and dishonesty have no place in the sport. Jake Paul has always been a divisive figure in boxing. While he has undeniably brought attention to the sport and introduced a new audience to the world of combat sports, his credibility has been repeatedly questioned. Critics argue that he has cherry-picked his opponents, fighting former MMA fighters and social media personalities instead of seasoned boxers. His reluctance to face high-level competition has led many to believe that he isn't serious about the sport but rather using it as another platform for fame. Now, with his latest legal trouble, many in the boxing world have had enough. Fighters and analysts alike have been vocal in their disapproval, arguing that Jake's antics are overshadowing the sport itself. Some believe that this arrest could finally be the moment where the fight community turns its back on him for good. Despite his brash confidence and ability to sell fights, Jake's actual skill level remains a subject of debate. While he has certainly improved since his early days in boxing, he is far from elite. There are levels to this sport, and many experts believe that he is nowhere near ready to step into the ring with a legend like Mike Tyson. While Jake may have speed and power, he lacks the deep experience and refined technique that true boxing greats possess. Facing someone like Tyson, even in his older years, is a massive step up in competition, and many doubt Jake's ability to survive, let alone win. Boxing legends have immense respect for Mike Tyson, who remains one of the most feared and revered fighters of all time. Fans and professionals alike view this fight as more than just another exhibition. It's a test of whether Jake truly belongs in the sport or if he has been nothing more than a sideshow attraction. With this arrest, Jake has given his critics even more ammunition to dismiss him as a serious contender. As the situation continues to unfold, the boxing world waits with bated breath. Will Jake Paul manage to clear his name and step into the ring with Tyson as planned, or has he finally crossed a line that he can't come back from? One thing is for sure, this story is far from over, and the repercussions of Jake's arrest could change the trajectory of his boxing career forever. At the end of the day, actions have consequences, and while Jake Paul may have thrived on controversy in the past, this time, it may have cost him everything. The fight community isn't willing to give him a free pass anymore. As the dust settles, one question remains: will Jake be remembered as a legitimate fighter or as the troublemaker who let his own mistakes ruin his biggest moment? Only time will tell, but right now, the odds aren't looking great for the problem child. Jake Paul has always excelled at generating headlines, but when it comes to making a genuine impact in the boxing world, he has consistently fallen short. Let's be honest, what has Jake truly accomplished in the ring? Sure, he's had some flashy victories, but when you break it down, it feels like he's simply playing the role of a boxer rather than proving he belongs among the sport's elite. Jake has been walking a fine line not just with the law but also in his boxing career. He does just enough to stay in the public eye without actually establishing himself as a legitimate contender. Time and time again, he has put together carefully curated matchups, choosing opponents strategically rather than facing real challenges. A 27-year-old in peak physical condition going up against athletes well past their prime, of course, he comes out on top. Influencer boxing is entertaining, sure, but true boxing is a whole different beast requiring skill, strategy, and heart. Let's call it what it is. Jake Paul's boxing skills are questionable at best. Just look at his bout with Tommy Fury, the only actual professional boxer he's faced. And what happened? He walked away with his first loss. Reality hit him hard the moment he stepped into the ring with someone who had real experience. Fighters have been urging Jake to take on true professionals, but that wasn't an open invitation for him to start targeting Mike Tyson. Jake had been relentless in calling out Tyson, practically begging him for a fight that could define his career. His challenge sent shockwaves through the fight world. After all, you don't just wake up one day and decide to provoke one of boxing's most dangerous fighters. Tyson, a heavyweight icon with a legacy built on ferocious knockouts, is no ordinary opponent. Many seasoned professionals have tried to warn Jake, but he seems determined to make this fight happen. The anticipation for Jake Paul vs Mike Tyson was through the roof, especially after their intense press conference in New York on August 18. The tension between them was so thick, you could cut it with a knife. Fans were ecstatic, betting odds were fluctuating, and tickets were selling out at lightning speed. The idea of Iron Mike making a return to the ring, even against a YouTube sensation, had everyone talking. But now, thanks to Jake's latest antics, the fight's future is uncertain once again. It's not like this matchup hasn't already faced setbacks. Tyson's health concerns led to an earlier postponement. Just when everything seemed back on track, Jake finds himself in legal trouble, jeopardizing the entire event. It's as if he can't go a single moment without creating chaos. At the end of the day, Jake Paul is a marketing genius, a self-promotional machine who knows how to sell a fight. But when it comes to boxing, he's more of a showman than a true competitor. The boxing community is beginning to see through the illusion. This isn't about skill, it's about spectacle. Until he steps into the ring with a legitimate, high-level opponent, not a retired athlete or a reality TV star, he won't earn true respect in the sport. Sure, he can pack arenas and draw massive pay-per-view numbers, but he's doing it with hype, not substance. Now, with his recent legal troubles casting a shadow over his career, this could very well mark the downfall of the Jake Paul hype train. The fight world is watching closely, but if Jake doesn't clean up his act, his time in the boxing spotlight might be coming to an end.